Em 19 de julho de 2018, Brittany McLaughlin dirigiu até uma loja de conveniência na cidade de Clearwater, na Flórida. No banco de passageiro estava seu marido, Marquês McLaughlin. No banco de trás estavam seus 3 filhos. Enquanto ela esperava em uma vaga de deficiente, Marquês e um filho saíram do carro para comprar algo. 1 minuto e meio depois, Michael Dredka parou ao lado dela também ilegalmente. Ele começou a circular o carro dela procurando alguma placa comprovando a deficiência. Depois de não achar nada, a discussão entre os dois começou. A discussão começou a esquentar e as pessoas começaram a ouvir gritos. Olhem como as pessoas que passam viram as cabeças. Marquês foi ver o que estava acontecendo. Ele empurrou Dredka. Dois segundos depois, Dredka sacou sua calibre 40 e atirou uma bala fatal. Marquês voltou para a loja e desmaiou em frente a seu filho. Os paramédicos chegaram 15 minutos depois e declararam ele morto. Dredka deixou a arma em seu SUV, cooperou com a polícia e foi levado para um interrogatório. Ele tem sua versão de legítima defesa, mas a realidade é que as gravações mostram uma versão diferente.
We're gonna take them off. You're gonna be cool?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Okay. I don't know you. I don't know nothing about what's going on.
I know. You have my absolute word, sir.
Are you employed, sir?
No, sir. Retired.
Okay.
Ele está aposentado, o que é incomum para uma pessoa de 47 anos. Com muito tempo livre, as pessoas podem se entediar e entrar em discussões por qualquer motivo.
So you get to the store, tell me, kind of walk me through what happens.
I park my car and that's my store. I'm there every day.
A fala, essa é minha loja, eu estou lá todos os dias, dá a impressão que ele se sente como o protetor da loja.
Every day there's somebody pulled in the handicap spot there, just waiting on somebody. Said, do you mind, moving? There's a spot next to her and there's spots out front. I said, do you mind moving and waiting on somebody? And she took that as an affront that I would speak to her that way. Started getting a little, yelling, and then of course,
So you walk up to her car?
actually, I was walking around it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I parked here, she was here.
Okay.
Okay, so I just checked for placards, plain and simple, and she inquired about what was going on. That's
What did you tell her?
I said, it's not very polite to park here when there's other people who need to use this. She says, is it affecting you directly? I said, if my mother-in-law rolls in, yes, it will be. He said, what do I have to do to get my man? I said, well, what's going to happen then?
Okay.
And I got hit from the left side.
So you landed on the pavement?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was on the ground.
So-
that time, I had to put hand down to get hand out from underneath. As I come out, I start drawing my weapon. As I start leveling off my weapon, he makes his next step towards me, and 21-foot rule.
A 21-foot rule é uma ação de autodefesa de revidar se o agressor está a 6 metros de distância de você. Porém, o agressor deve ter alguma arma em sua mão. Marquês não tinha nada.
Did he say anything to you?
Negative. Not a word.
Okay. Did you say anything to him?
No.
Like back up? Or?
No.
Dredka está tentando dizer que se sentiu tão ameaçado que não teve tempo de falar nada antes de decidir atirar.
Before you fired the gun,
Yes.
once you pull the gun out,
Yes.
okay, you said he stepped towards you?
Yeah.
Because I don't
Made
want
one
to
more step. Right. He made one more step towards me.
And, okay, what do you do?
Fire my weapon.
How many times do you fire the weapon?
One time, sir.
Okay. So you fire the weapon and then basically just scan?
I ended up standing up, made sure all the threats were cleared, reholstered my weapon.
Okay. All right. So he didn't come back at you again or anything like
Not
that?
after he left.
Where did he go?
Into the store.
Okay.
Back to my vehicle and wait for you. So I took my firearm out, unloaded it, locked it, left it in the car.
But exactly what was said?
I couldn't even. Oh, the thing I remember her saying is, "Do I have to get my man?" And I said, "Well, what's that mean? Are we going to fight?"
Okay.
But
what
I
was-
guess so was her answer.
Okay. You checked the vehicle for handicap placards?
Of course.
Okay. You didn't see no handicap placards? At any time and point when you noticed that, why wouldn't you pick up the phone and contact law enforcement?
There it is. Because all we were having was a verbal argument
Okay.
between two people.
Right.
I didn't know about a third person.
Okay.
I was literally blindsided
Sure,
and
why would you?
tackled to the ground.
Right. But wouldn't it be best, you think, to call law enforcement and say, hey, there's somebody illegally parked?
It's not gonna help. She'll leave.
Okay. Well, she may
They
not know.
always do.
Well, she may not know that you called if you walked away, right?
True, very true.
Next thing you know, you get pushed.
I'm blind. Push nothing. Tackled. I'm
Okay.
blindsided, dude.
Okay.
I am on the ground hard.
So he shoved you pretty hard.
No, for what it felt like is he come running at me.
Okay. Like full force.
Dude, I haven't been hit like that since I was in my 20s.
Okay.
I'm on the ground like this.
Okay. How far is the guy away?
Front of the car.
So how far do you think he's away from you?
He's up by the front tires. No, further than that, man.
Further than this.
Further than that.
Okay.
I was back further. He had to be further than that.
Okay. So he's about this far.
Yeah.
Maybe even further.
And as I come up this way, because I have to come up off my hand, all right, I bring the gun out with me. And as I'm coming back this way, I can't support it. So I hit this.
Okay.
And as
What does he do?
as I come out like this, he's taking his step.
Okay. Taking a step?
Taking his steps towards me.
Okay. How close does he get to you before you fire the gun?
Maybe to the front tire.
So show me where. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
You asked Mustafa about video and stuff like that.
Correct.
That there were. Do you think the video would show him charging it or running
It
at you?
should.
Okay.
There should be an angle right on that parking spot.
Okay. What happens if I told you that I looked at the video and in no time and point does he come running up towards you? He actually takes a step back.
Se analisarmos o vídeo com atenção, vemos que ele deu 4 passos para trás antes de tomar o tiro.
I would disagree.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would disagree in a heartbeat.
Did you hear him make any statements?
Negative. He never made a word.
So you just assumed he was going to come do that?
Any smart person would.
Yeah. Type of issues with people parking in that?
One of them. That's it.
Okay. What can you kind of talk to me about that?
Oh yeah, that was a business, a big old septic truck parked
Okay.
there.
How long ago was that?
Many weeks.
Okay.
Don't know.
You ever practice shooting from your back in a position where you're on the ground, or?
Oh, I've practiced sitting before. I've never practiced laying on my back.
Okay,
But I knew sitting would always come into play at some point in time.
all right.
Besides the fact I was a driver for Uber, so.
A fala "eu sabia que isso ia acontecer" é muito estranha. A impressão é que ele queria que isso acontecesse.
Informing them of them being parked in a handicapped spot, that they might not take that right. That this might go sideways a little bit.
Well, sure, but that's why I take precautions as well.
Like what kind of precautions?
I'm a very careful person and I have a permit.
Do you think you'd be willing to do that and take that risk if you didn't take these precautions?
I've been carrying a gun most of my adult life, so I can't really answer that.
Okay. What happens if he didn't come towards you? Would you still fire around?
There's no reason to. If he's retreating, then I don't need to use my firearm.
What if he's just standing still?
I still don't need to use my firearm.
All right. Did you see, when you saw this guy after he pushed you, did you see anything on his face? Did you see any facial expressions or anything?
Negative. All I saw was a man trying to do me.
What were his hands doing? Could you see
I
that?
have no clue.
Mesmo sob pressão, antes de atirar em uma pessoa, é necessário analisar se a pessoa está com algum tipo de arma, sua expressão e etc.
Could you see his legs, his feet, anything like that?
I might have seen his legs. I know he was a black guy. That's it.
That gun was out. Did you make the decision to shoot when you pulled the gun out, or was that
Negative.
decision made afterwards?
Negative decision I made as soon as he moved. I'm not pulling it out with the intention of pulling the trigger.
Okay.
Okay,
Now,
if I come up on target and I need to shoot, I'm shooting.
If he would have been standing still, do you think that trigger would have gotten pulled?
No.
Did you have time to really look at him and tell that he was coming towards you?
The feet said he was coming towards me, and
Okay.
so did the hips.
What type of medication you take?
I am on Xanax
Okay.
for anxiety and 2 types of what they call Effexor. That was also for anxiety, and trazodone for sleep because I hardly sleep.
Okay. When you go to the store, you said basically on a daily basis,
I
right?
go pick up a couple of drinks every day, and just to say hey.
Well, like water?
No, I get the Monsters.
3 remédios para a ansiedade e 1 para dormir, e mais 2 energéticos por dia. Tudo isso pode atrapalhar na tomada de decisões. Os efeitos colaterais comuns de Xanax incluem sonolência, cansaço, tontura, insônia, problemas de memória, falta de equilíbrio ou coordenação, problemas de concentração, irritabilidade, visão embaçada e muito mais.
And I just want to tell you this, just to let you know, the gentleman you shot is deceased.
Thank you for telling me.
Dredka foi solto sem nenhuma acusação. 25 dias depois, ele foi preso, acusado de homicídio culposo.
He did what he thought he had to do in the moment, in split-second timing, given that he was attacked. Everyone that described him said he was calm, cooperative, nice guy. He had no time to think.
Now, what is a reasonable doubt? So let's say that you're walking your dog at night and you hear some thunder, you see some lightning, you smell the rain, you go to bed. You wake up, water everywhere. Okay? Beyond a reasonable doubt, it's been proven that it rained. Now, is it possible that a helicopter went over the neighborhood, go into some forest fire, dump the bucket of water over the neighborhood? Is it possible the sun's not going to rise? Okay? But that's not reasonable based on the evidence. Was this defendant about to die or be beaten to a pulp when he took the first step back? Absolutely not. What about the second step back? Absolutely not. He's getting farther back. What about the third step back? Absolutely not. What about when he turns to go to the store? Absolutely not. And when you look at those still photographs, you'll see that Michael McLaughlin's foot is facing where he wants to go. And the only reason his eyes are on that defendant is because he's looking at the firearm that's about to kill him. Can you argue that the defendant could have pulled out that firearm? Absolutely. We could even say that he was justified in pulling the gun. But that was it. There was no reason for him to shoot and kill Michael McLaughlin. It was over when that gun came out.
State of Florida versus Michael Draka. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter as charged.
Durante a investigação, foi descoberto que de 2012 a 2018 foram registrados 4 incidentes em que ele foi o agressor. Ele ameaçou 4 motoristas com sua arma, incluindo 2 jovens mães. Dredka foi condenado por homicídio culposo em 23 de agosto de 2019 e foi sentenciado a 20 anos de prisão. Fala família, BMK na voz novamente. E a pergunta aqui é simples, vocês acharam que a condenação foi justa ou injusta? É isso galera, deixa aquele like, comenta, se inscreve e BMK out!